Welcome back, guys, and we are semi-fresh off our famous Carabao Cup win against Manchester City, and we've played a bunch of games, got to another final, the FA Cup final, and surprise, surprise, it's Manchester City. And just another thing we're looking at here is with 2 games to go, we are still kind of in the title race. And I say kind of because there's 2 games to go and we are 4 points behind. And I bet you can guess the team of which that we're trying to chase to possibly pull off an upset and win the title. That's right. It's Manchester City. So in order to get any success this season, or more success should I say, we basically just have to keep beating Manchester City. Now, I know we beat him in one cup final, but we've got to beat him in another final. And in order to win the league, we need to win our games and we need some favours. Now, the main benefit really is Manchester City are playing Newcastle today, who are just a point behind ourselves. So they've got it to play for as well. So you just never know. That could help us. But we do have to go and win the London derby against Chelsea first. So just a small ask, even if they are best part of 20, 21 points behind us. It is still a big ask to undertake. And this is the final episode of the series. This is a beta save. I'd had contemplating making a second season, but it is the beta save, it is still the beta data, and I'd really love to get onto the proper save and proper data and get some content for you guys. And I have a few ideas that I hope everybody will enjoy, and it'll be out sharp as I possibly can get it out. But just a reminder, guys, that if you do want to see this new content that I have planned coming out, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the episode, stick the alerts on if you want, and also comment down below. Let me know what you think of this series. Let me know any suggestions you'd like to see me do for another series. I'm always open to suggestion. And don't forget to go and look at my Twitter as well. Follow me on Twitter. That'll be where my updates are of when new content's coming out, the ideas I'm thinking of, and what we're going to do going forward. But I'm excited for some of my ideas. But first and foremost, I said I'd bring trophies back to Tottenham. We've brought one. By the end of today, it's either going to be 1, well, 2, or 3. Let's make sure it's more than 1. Now, this next bit is probably a bit of a giveaway, but with us being 4 points behind Manchester City, I am going to play the game and I am going to record the game. And if something exciting happens, then you guys will be seeing the entire game. So, if in about 5 seconds you see me again after the game, probably, spoiler alert, we didn't win the game, but Manchester City did. So, if you are seeing the game, then great, something happened. If not, I'll see you in about 5 seconds. Well, welcome back 5 seconds in the future. And I would love to have shown you the game. We did go and beat Chelsea 4-1, a rather dominant performance. All we needed was the Geordies to do us just a little favour, and they couldn't do that. They got absolutely battered by Manchester City 5-1. I mean, look at that team. Grealish, Asensio, who I tried to sign. Olmo, Haaland. I mean, so we ain't winning 3 trophies this season. I mean, the Premier League was a stretch, so I'm not too gutted. But when you're this close, you know, you can be a little bit gutted. So now all focus turns to the second game of this episode, or first for you guys, as there was really no point showing that game there. You can thank Manchester City for spoiling that one. But after we got to the quarterfinals and we did beat Bournemouth in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, we then went to the semi-finals, and I sort of contemplated showing you guys, but I thought the final, just get straight to the final if I got there. And to be honest, it was quite a standard win. West Ham, I expected to beat West Ham, but you know, I always say they're always in a cup semi-final because they meant to earn it there. So, yep, as you can see, again, Tottenham against Manchester City. In terms of trophies this season, we are 1-for-1. And we've got the Carabao Cup. They've got the Premier League. They've probably got the better of the two. But, considering what we're expected this season, I did say I was bringing trophies back to Tottenham. I didn't say which ones, but I did say I was bringing trophies back. What I'll probably do now, guys, I'll probably shoot past the Brentford game. I might even holiday past the Brentford game. It's completely irrelevant. We finish in second place. We can't catch City. Newcastle can't catch us. The league's done with. It doesn't really matter what that result is. So I'm going to holiday past that, and I'll get us all ready for the final game of the Tottenham series on the beta. To be honest, I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed this Tottenham save, actually. But we'll have a quick review of that, hopefully after we beat Manchester City. I'll see you guys in a minute. Welcome back, guys, and that game against Brentford ended in a 1-1 draw. Unsurprising, but no injuries is the main thing. Not too much to shout home about on that one. I just wanted to bring you this just before we went on to the next game in that cup final. Is bearing in mind, you're considering how much we spent this summer on players, and it was quite a lot. I mean, what is it we were looking at? 608 in terms of how much we actually spent. We've spent 8.38 million. So, I mean, you can't say it's not bad business. And I'm pretty sure, money-wise, we're still going to be in the black, which means we're perfectly fine. We've still got budget. We're not losing too much money. They did take away my 100 million. Well, actually, I say that I spent it. I'll show you guys why in a minute. They give me 60 odd million, which I don't think was too bad, but I feel like they could have given me more. But not that it's relevant now. But Oliver Skip is leaving and going to Leicester City for 20 million. And part of the reason is because we got the goalkeeper coming in. I brought in Barco as a fullback. To be honest, I brought him in on the basis that maybe he can go out on loan. Again, I was thinking for the future, but obviously there won't be a future to save. And for some reason, I got a scout report saying Rodri could be available, so I went and spent 142 million on Rodri. I had it to spend, I had it to waste. But we're still in the black. We're still rich financially. I mean, quite frankly, I've spent quite a lot of money, and like I said, we're still doing well. So if anything, it's just good management. I can spend all that money and still financially be strong. As you can see, Rasmus Højlund there is our top scorer this season with 29 goals. DRB there. As Maddison with the assist, which doesn't surprise me at all. But enough of me waffling about what we've done this season and the financial bragging of how I'm just really, really good at spending all the money and somehow I'm not spending all the money. Let's just get into the final game of the series, probably the biggest game of the series, the English FA Cup final against Manchester City. I'll see you in a minute, guys, with the team. Well, here we are, guys, for the final time this season. And I think I've gone for the most part players that I think deserve to be in this team. Pretty much the mainstay. Vicario in goal. Romero and Schlotterbeck has been obviously the mainstay in that defence the entire season. I've put in Henriks on the right-hand side. Although I might swap him for Pedro Porro. I'm not too sure. Udogie on the left-hand side. Although I think the main reason for that is the sharpness of Ben Davies there. Maddison, Nunez, Basuma in the middle. Diaby finally back. Højlund up front. Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold is cup-tied, so he won't be playing today. But we have made a bit of a tactical change. They did want us to go on to balance, but I'm not sitting back at all. Well, not sitting back, but I have put Nunez to a defensive centre midfielder. 30 goals this season for Rasmus Højlund. 30 goals this season. Who needs a Haaland when you've got a Højlund? Hopefully I'm still saying that at the end of this game. And Haaland doesn't hear this. Because he might go and score some goals, and he's pretty good at that. And I could do with him not doing that today. But nevertheless, we are 1-0 up against Manchester City. And I mean, couldn't Haaland have waited more than like 5 minutes before making his point? Haaland's got 30 goals this season. Haaland's got 42. And he's just proved his point by scoring 1-4 against us there. Never open your mouth. Never. You know what? This one's on me. I got cocky way too quick. It is 1-1. One for Højlund and one for Haaland. It has been a rather low attacking game. Not many chances. Not many highlights, to be honest. Nothing to shout home about, really. We've obviously been cancelling each other out. It is interesting that they've put Zach's... You've got to be kidding me. I mean, how is that even a goal? He toe-poked it from outside the box. Just need to stop talking, I think. He literally toe-poked it from outside the box. Like, what I was trying to say is they've got Zach Steffen in goal, which... what are we doing? We're not up for this today, are we? Have got Zach Steffen in goal, which does surprise me in a cup final. But I know they do have a cup goalkeeper, so I guess kind of makes sense if he's been playing there the whole time. I have now gone to balanced. I know I said I wasn't doing that, but Haaland is just very much enjoying himself too much at the moment. Could do with some urgency though. I mean, he scored a hat-trick 20 minutes in the first half. Quite frankly, this one is very much on me. I obviously angered him. Very much so. By saying we don't need a Haaland because you got... What's going on, man? I mean... Some of these goals aren't even making sense. He's just toe-pointing it and turning the goal. Well, I think it's safe to say that we aren't winning the FA Cup either, because Manchester City today have absolutely turned up and embarrassed me, and it is only half-time. So it looks like it's probably not going to be the exciting end to the series as I want it to be. Rather irritating, if anything else. Rather annoying. But nevertheless, it looks like we're going to get one trophy. So I'm going to take off that. It looks like we're going to get one trophy. Which, quite frankly, would you take as a Tottenham fan? With the beta save, obviously, the main thing with the beta save was just to play around with the game, get a feel for the game, see what it's like. The series went on a few more weeks than I was planning it to. So that's why, as much as it's going to irritate me to only win one trophy with this, I think it's the best. It's best for the series that we just enjoy the season we had, bringing in all the players we have and spending all the money we've had. Obviously, being able to spend 600 million in one summer, getting rid of Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, which Harry Kane was gone anyway. We have enjoyed bringing in sort of random players. I mean, learning about the likes of Schlotterbeck and Diaby, and I knew Kulusevski, who was, but I didn't even realise he was that good. Udogie, who was at Tottenham. So we've had a good feel for the game, feel for the save. But as I just said, it is the beta base, and I'd very much like to get into the full game, because then we can make series a bit longer if that's what people want. If we get a feel for a game and a series, we can continue it going rather than worrying about it being in beta. It has been a really, really fun really, really fun series. And to be honest, if it wasn't beta, I'd probably very much look to do a second season, just even if it's just to get one over Manchester City, because yeah, you can't be happy with the end of this. We can't be happy with the end of this. So let's just go out in style. Let's just get some attackers on. I don't know. I haven't really got any attackers left. Let's get some players on. Let's not just sit back. If we're gonna, let's just go down fast swinging there. Shoot on sight. Hit, well, not hit early crosses. Shoot on sight. Up the tempo. Directness. Up the tempo. And let's just go for it. Probably not the wisest decision. But quite frankly, I think you guys can probably tell we haven't deserved anything from this today. If that, I mean, ooh. I mean, every time I talk, the opposite happens. So clearly I've angered Erling Haaland, so he goes and scored a first half hat trick. But if we can get another goal now, I mean, that was nearly me saying never mind. I've just sort of thrown everything at it, so who knows? Who knows? Maybe we can. I doubt it, but you know, I am very much aware of this second half is just me waffling. Because I haven't really got much to say on the game when you're like 4-1 down now, 4-2 down. There isn't really much to comment on. It's very much we've sort of been put in our place today. There we go, 5-2. And as I was saying, very much just me waffling. We've very much been put in our place today. Rather disappointed with the game and the result, but it's a cup final. We've got one trophy this season, second place, Champions League football, an FA Cup final. Yes, it's a beta save. Yes, we are only doing one season because it's a beta save. But to be honest, I think we can be proud of it. I think we can be proud of the season, even if we're very, very disappointed in how it ended. Well, there it is, guys. I didn't really see the point in doing any more highlights. Manchester City did go on to win 5-2, and I certainly wasn't sticking around to watch them lift the cup, even if I did make them sit around and watch us win the cup. I think the biggest take from this cup final is don't anger Erling Haaland. Probably the biggest take, although it probably didn't need to be said before today. But we didn't deserve it. Manchester City absolutely battered us. Bit of a disappointing end to the season. But at least we stopped them doing a domestic treble. I was going to say at least we stopped them doing a treble, but they are in the final of the Champions League against Bayern Munich. So are City just about to do 2 trebles in a row? I mean, they're a freak of nature at the moment, this team, aren't they? Well, there we have it, guys. A very bitterly disappointing end to the season. 1 Carabao Cup, no Premier League title, although we did push them close, and no FA Cup as Manchester City we went toe to toe with Manchester City this season, and they came out 2 for 1. But I guess at least we got one of them. Manchester City are just a freak of nature this year. So I guess we can I guess we could be proud of what we've achieved. Obviously, looking at the team from the beginning of the season, bringing in the likes of Højlund, Nunes, Kuppermans, Diaby, Trent in the end, Schlotterbeck, bringing in other players like Henriks, Konza, who didn't really play much part in the end. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I think, was our first ever signing. That was a wise one. But nevertheless, I think we've got a good and very, very strong young team. I mean, looking at the age, if you look at the age and look at the potential, there's a lot of them around there, and the ability 25, 24, 21, 24, 24. So we've got some great players. And to be honest, if you had the likes of Rodri in there, who's coming in, and a lot of these are sort of fringe players anyway, ignore the wages. I think we did really, really well this season with this team. The finances are looking great. Projected to still be making money in 2 years' time at our current spend. We are rich. We have got £86 million to spend if we really wanted to spend it, if we were going to do another season. But I think it's best to just call it a day there. It's been an exciting season. Rasmus Højlund is a good footballer. Diaby is an absolute superstar if you ever think about buying him in any of your saves. He's wanted by Manchester City. Well, they can swivel, is all I'm saying. Because you can have the trophies, but you're not having my players. Even if I'm going, doesn't matter. But that's the end of the Tottenham save, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this Tottenham series. I am planning on in future doing more sort of semi-short series with teams. Do a little mini rebuild, win a couple of trophies, take them from being winless, trophyless, to a good few wins and a few trophies. I've got a few slightly different ideas as well that I hope you guys will enjoy. Those videos will be out very, very soon. And just a reminder, guys, that if I do upload, I usually have my videos out coming out exactly 5 o'clock every day that I have a video out. I do try and make as many as possible. But guys, if you do want to see those videos and if you do want to see what's coming next, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the episode. It really helps me out, helps push the video out there, and I could really do that and really appreciate all the support. And comment down below what you think of the series, what you think of the Manchester City game. Was it my tactics? Were we just that bad? Or was it just one of those games? Thank you very much, guys. And I'll see you at another team.